Hey everybody. Sorry it's been a while since I posted a video. Just been extremely busy. Um, yeah, I've talked to a few people and this subject, people don't want to acknowledge, they're so mindset on the other way. But in a major SHTF situation, there's a lot of us ain't going to make it. I don't care how much you're prepped, how much you're trained. There are going to be a lot of us that won't make it. I mean, I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm trained, I'm this and I'm that." Okay, granted, training's great. There's a lot of our soldiers and Marines that's been trained, best training in the world, and they don't come back from war. They get killed. Yeah, and there's quite a few of them who survived war and has came back and died in an automobile accident or died from a fall, something simple. So, I mean, there's a lot of people I've talked to, they've got this mindset. I'm prepped, I'm trained, I got all my ammo and this, and we're going to make it through. There's no guarantee anybody's going to make it through. You know, I'm pretty good and prepped and ready and trained, but there's a chance I might not make it out, you know, just for a plain simple fact. If, you're going to, what happens if you're out hunting and you fall? You bust your leg open. You break your leg, and that bone shatters, and it goes into your artery, bust your artery, cut your artery, your main artery in your leg, and they get you back to your camp, or back to your bug out area, or back to your home. Are you going to have a certified surgeon with sterile instruments and a sterile operating room to operate on you quick? Are you going to have the IVs? Are you going to have everything you need to know and to make sure that surgery is going to go right? No, you're not. Very few of us is going to have somebody with medical background. Now, I'm not talking about a CNA or an EMT. I'm talking about somebody who can actually do surgery on us and has a sterile operating room with sterile instruments. There's not a lot of us going to have that. You can die from a tick bite, not knowing there's a tick on you. You get sick from that. You die from malaria, from a mosquito bite, West Nile virus. You can get if you don't have the meds to it. If you get a cut, a staph infection can set up in your bloodstream. Gangrene can set up. People think because they're prepped and they got a few medical books and a little bit of medical supplies set back, and they've got a CNA, local, or an EMT, they're going to make it. You're not. You got a better, your chances are a little bit better than others because you got somebody with medical experience. But unless you have a fully staffed operating room and a surgeon, if something major happens, there's a 90% chance you're not going to make it. And people don't think about that. They just think, oh, I'm prepped, I'm ready, I got my ammo, I got my water, I got my food, I got my this, and I got my that. Anything could happen. Anything. I had this discussion with a couple of people, and they disagreed with me 100%. Oh, it doesn't matter. If you got a group community, man, you can make it through. It don't matter if you get hurt or not. We can all pull through and help one another. Unless you're a certified surgeon to go in and cut and know exactly what the hell you're going to do, they're going to do more damage to you. You're going to lay there and you're going to suffer as they're digging and probing and trying to find the area. It's something to think about. I mean, You know, people's going to think, oh, you have to have a positive mindset. You know, I'm going to get comments like that. You're going to have positive mindset. You thinking that way, you're not going to make it. That's a downfall. No, it's not. It's called reality. If you sit there and you think everything's going to be fine, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, you're fooling yourself. You're trying to psych yourself out, you know, psych yourself up so you don't have to really face reality. And reality is a lot of us are going to die in a major shit hit the fan. From not having proper medical treatment, not being properly diagnosed if something happens, from a fall. Say you're out chopping wood. The blade breaks, you know, your axe breaks or it slips and you hit your leg. Again, you hit a main artery. How are you going to fix that? You know, if you're one of these guys that's going to sit there, well, I'll just reach up in there and pull that vein out and clamp it too, and I'll make myself. You're full of shit. You watch too many movies. You're going to get so lightheaded, you're going to get so weak, you're not going to even be able to bend down and touch your toes before you pass out when you hit a main artery. I mean, but that's what a lot of people got their mindset. Well, I can do this. I can sew myself up. I can do. Yeah, I ordered one of those staple guns to staple wounds up, and I've ordered some hell, I can't say the word. Some stitches and needles, you know, needle and thread. And yeah, I've got that, but that's basic. I'm talking innards. Say you fall and you bust up a rib and you puncture a lung. How are you going to get that fluid off of you? Out of your body? You know, what? Reading a book, yeah, it gives you basic knowledge, but unless you have hands-on training and experience of sticking a tube in somebody to find the right area where and draining it, you're going to kill them. You're going to do more damage. You're going to do worse to them than you are going to help them. They're going to die an agonizing death. I mean, prepare, read, train, do it all. Yeah, I'm not saying not to do it. Have a great mindset. But also have the reality is we might not make it through no matter how many preps we got, no how much training we have. A freak accident could take us out. Now I'm going to get guys on here saying, there ain't no way I'm going to let a marauder or somebody come in here and steal all my preps. I'll fight until my death. Okay, you might fight and keep every marauder off and nobody comes around messing with you. But you go out to cut wood or you go out to hunt and you fall, you bust yourself up. You have internal bleeding. You get a snake bite. You got to have medicine to counteract that snake bite. Or you die. Or you have to cut your leg off or your foot or wherever and gangrene can set up in it. You can get a staph infection if you don't have the proper medication and a proper diagnosis. Second, you're guessing yourself from somebody reading a book is not medical training. Hell, anybody can read a book. Hell, I can read a book about how to build a rocket ship. It don't mean I'm going to be able to go out and build a damn rocket ship. But a lot of people think, oh, I've read books. I know how to do it. If you think that, you're going to you're fooling yourself. You got to on something like that, you got to have hands-on training. Reading a book gives you basic knowledge. Hands-on training gives you real life knowledge. And that's what you're going to have in order to survive. You know, I'm not saying, I'm saying in a major SHTF situation, I could die. I could be out here chopping wood, axe or the mall, glance or bust and cut my leg, hit an artery. Or I could be out hunting and, you know, have a fall or get attacked by an animal and get cut up, you know, by an animal where you know, you make it back home, but your loss of blood. Do you guys have blood stored back? If you lose 3 pints of blood, how are you going to put that blood back? Do you know your blood type and what blood type works with your blood type? Do you know how to do blood transfusions? Have you ever done a blood transfusion? You know, people are going to say, well, I've seen it on TV. I've seen it in a movie. Most of that's bullshit, and it's going to get people killed because they believe what's on TV shows and what's in movies. You know, guys, I'm just bringing this to you guys because, like I said, I've had a discussion, and people are blinded. They're in make-believe land just because they think they're prepped, they're trained, and they've read books. Nothing's going to hurt them. I'm sorry, I'm in reality. You know, I read books, I watch videos on this and that so I can get the basic knowledge. But I'm sorry, if one of my boys fell and busted his, you know, fell on his it busted their leg open, you know, what am I don't have the casting, you know, I don't have nothing to make a cast, to put it in there. You know, I can pull it and hopefully I can set it right, but I don't know if it's shattered in there, in those bone fragments. You know, there's so much people don't think about. You know, there's no way I would attempt to go in and do exploratory surgery on one of them. With me, there's me not knowing what I'm doing or not having no medicine there to ease their pain. And they're laying there screaming and crying and begging me to stop, and I'm trying to save their life. There's no way in hell I do that, you know, because I will just be causing them more pain because I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I could be cutting in an area I shouldn't be cutting in at. I should be pulling on, I might be pulling on something I shouldn't be pulling on. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You know, anything could happen. Any accident could happen. Any situation could happen. And we're not trained for it. Reading books is not training. Going out, going to school, going to classes, getting hands-on experience is what you need. And you need somebody around. And there are going to be few people that's going to be able to do that and have that type of ability. You know, everybody says, well, I got so-and-so in my group. He's an EMT, or he's a registered doctor, or who's to say they're going to make it? Who's to say they might not get a bullet in their head? You know, everybody's saying, oh, we'll defend our area. Okay, what happens if your doctor or your EMT or your registered nurse gets killed? The hell are you going to do then? Have you even thought about that? It's good to be prepared. It's good for training. But you guys got to face reality. We're going to be, if a major SHTF situation happens, an EMP, a nuclear war, you know, the economy flat-ass busts, and there's no hospitals. There's no doctor right around the corner. There's no ambulance service to call. It's going to be like the old frontier days. A broke leg can kill you. A cut can kill you. You know, an insect bite can kill you. Because if me or my wife or one of my boys even got a tick bite, and we didn't know about it, and they got that Lyme disease, I don't know how to diagnose that stuff. I don't know all that crap. You know, I wouldn't know what to do. You know, I would try to see if I could find the source, but yeah, I don't know. Just like, you know, West Nile virus or malaria. Well, I know the signs of malaria because I had malaria. That's a mother. But as soon as, you know, when you realize it's malaria, you're pretty well screwed because you're in the middle of it. But I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And, you know, train, prepare, you know, hope for the best, have a good mindset. But realize we might not make it. Because no matter how we think we are, we've never been through a major shit hit the fan situation. We've never had to live like the old frontiersmen did. And a lot of those old frontiersmen, a lot of them died. Very few made it. You know, it's just something to think about, you know. Don't get the big head and think you're invincible. And think, oh, I've got a $5,000 worth of preps and $5,000 worth of ammo and guns, and I've got 4, 5, or 10 people with us. You know, nothing's going to happen to us. When you get that mentality, you're screwed, because the smallest thing is going to start taking you out one by one by one. Like I said in the beginning of this video, our soldiers and Marines trained, they have the best training in the world. A lot of them died from, you know, name of war. And a lot of them died. They were trained. They were well equipped. You know? It's just something to think about, guys. I mean, I'm not telling nobody not to train, not prepare. Yes, keep training, keep preparing. The more knowledge you get, the more training, yes, yes, it helps, it helps, it helps. But don't think you're going to do surgery on somebody and not have the proper tools and the proper medicine. You're just going to you're going to make them suffer worse. Then you're trying to do something good. You're trying to save their life. But if you don't have the experience, you don't have the skill, you don't have the proper facility, the proper tools, the proper medical stuff, you're going to make it worse, and they're going to lay there. They're going to die a slow, horrible, painful death. Even though you're trying to help, that's what's going to happen. You know, it's happened before. So tell me what you guys think. Have you guys thought about this? Have you not thought about this? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? You know, I'm going to get a lot of Rambos telling me I'm wrong. And, oh, you got a wrong mentality. You're going to die. Okay. Yeah, I might die. I'm not arguing with that. I might die in it. I don't know when my time's up. There's no tattoo on the bottom of my foot with my expiration date. I have no idea. I could walk out the door tomorrow, get in my truck, pull out, damn car hit me and kill me deader than 3 o'clock on Sunday. I don't know when that's going to happen. But, you know, it's something for you guys to think about. I know it's a long video, but, you know, I could take it, actually, I could take it probably a little bit longer talking to you guys about this and giving you more scenarios and more stuff to think about. But, I tell you, a lot of people don't think about this subject. They think everything's going to be fine. You know, their groups are going to be fine because they're prepped and they got big groups. But, you know, just sit back and think about what I said. And tell me what you guys think. Until the next one, guys, everybody be safe, keep preparing, and bye for now.